Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to Train Yard Builder, and a Happy New Year. We are now in 2025, and I just wanted to show you today my Sandbox build that I've been working on, off camera a little bit. A few things to talk about, what I've done, what I'm going to do in the track plan, so it shouldn't be too long of a video, but, you know, famous last words and all that. So, Sandbox mode, I think I did a Sandbox video month or two ago where I started the put the table down and I was playing with the mountains over here, which we'll get back to, but that's all I did on camera. And those of you wondering how I'm getting all these train yard builder videos done, because I've done a lot of them now. We've done a lot, right? We've done all the achievements and everything. It's just magic. For example, most of the videos you've seen I did like 2 or 3 months ago, like back to back to back. I like stayed up late for like 5 nights in a row and just cranked them out and then spread them out throughout December. So I haven't actually played this in like a month and a half. Well, I mean, before this. So it's been like a month and a half before I even touched this thing. And then I did this and I'm making a video on it. So just some behind the scenes magic. Hopefully I didn't break the fourth wall and ruin anything for you. But people are wondering how it's getting so many videos out. It's because I did them a long time ago. I just spaced them out like one a week or something like that, all through December. So anyway, now that we've got the housekeeping out of the way, what have I been doing with this? So I started with, well, first of all, let's do a general overview, then we'll kind of like zoom in and I'll talk about it. So I started with the factory section, which I'll tell you how I did it and how I made sure to not miss any little objects that were available. And then I was building out the roads and the building as I went along, and then I realized I had to finish the layout so that I would not screw things up. So this is the factory section, housing for the factory workers as well. This is going to start the suburbs, like the middle class suburbs, and then super rich, annoying, fancy suburbs up here. And then this will go into like a mountainous area with some parks and stuff over here. Going this way, old downtown on this side with the smaller downtown buildings, new downtown expansion into the suburbs with the bigger buildings. And that's going to continue over here as well. This is going to be like urban, like outer ring urban before you get to the suburbs. So mid-rise buildings and residential here, and then the big downtown area with all the skyscrapers will be here. I'm going to custom paint these though, so I don't have 10 of the same building like we've done in the exhibitions. Just haven't done it yet. I just placed these here to remind myself because it had been a while. Oh look, there's like sun and shadows. That's crazy. Look at that. Maybe that's just part of the building. No, they all have shadows. Interesting. I never noticed that. Maybe that's an update. Because I do not remember shadows. Last time I looked at this. That has to be an update. Anyway, whatever. So this is going to be our high-rise downtown, blah, blah, blah. Huge train station here. I actually had to put it together with multiple buildings that I figured out. And then, like I said, over here is going to be big suburbs and then park area here. I roughed in where my water is going to be, and that's why the bridges are like that. I wanted to make sure I had bridges. I wanted to make sure to use that bridge too. There's the train yard. So this will be like park and stuff and big suburbs. So I have it all planned out. Let's talk about the layout for a minute, because I was very, very particular with my layout. I wanted to make sure I can run multiple trains at the same time without them running into each other, and I also wanted to make sure they get switched directions and not get stuck the opposite direction. For example, anyone who's done model railroading in real life will know that sometimes you have a train going, and you're like, okay, we have a thing to change direction, cool. And now we're going this way, change direction. Then it's like, wait a minute, I can't change back. But here, I've put it in, no matter what you do, you can change back. So here you can change back again. And then you can go back this way, around and around and around and around. And let's say you want to change directions, you can change back here. Now we're going this way. And then you can come through down here, and change again. See? And then there's at least double track everywhere, so multiple trains won't run into each other. So that's kind of cool. I want to make sure I did that. And then we have a train yard here. So we have a small yard here for the industry or the factories, right? There's a small station there. Here we have a big yard, which you can enter and exit either direction. So you can come this way, go into the yard, but that'll change your direction. Oh, well, never mind. You change this. I won't change your direction. You keep going, right? enter the yard, keep going, blah, blah, blah. But you can also change direction here, right? Boom, then you change direction. If you enter the yard this way, you can go out either direction. So you can change direction and exiting the yard, or keep going. You go that way to keep going, go this way to change direction. So if you leave this way, you can't change direction. You'd have to come over here. But if you come in from that side, you can leave either direction. Make sense? So all those little tiny details I was very, very particular about. Like for in example, when I first built the yard, you could change direction, but you couldn't change back. So I made sure you could change back in multiple areas. And then there's always double track everywhere. So double track around here. This track, even though that splits again, it splits again. The double track is actually this one and this one, right? There's a double track. So it separates a little bit because we're going to put a lot of forest and mountains in here. And then they have passing tracks within, but then it's double track. See, boom. And then all of a sudden, the double track is here for a minute, but it's really still over here, and it reverses. So I know that's complicated, but it's there. You just have to know where to switch and when to switch. So I thought that was pretty fun, and I like how I separated things here. Use the tunnels here, and I got to figure out how to blend that in. It's not cooperating very well, but that's better than it was. I just have to get rid of those like birthday party hat peaks. But anyway, so there's the layout so far, and there is my plan so far, of course subject to change. This is weird, this little thing. I have to do something fancy there, so what I did was actually put in, I'll show you here, get me out of here, there we go. I put in like little things, like I think can I do this and then can I hide the UI? It's to move around, yeah, okay. So there we go. I put in little like things, like don't go in there. Thought that was kind of fun. So let me discuss now how in the world did I decide I was going to build this so I wouldn't forget any options. So I'm going little by little, right? Little section by little section. So what I did for this is I built the track, then the buildings and the roads, and then what I did is I went through, where is it? It's been so long since I played. Let's get out of this. There you go. I'm forgetting how the controls work. I would go through like this. First, I'd go through every single building, right? And I'll look at every building option and say, okay, what fits here, what fits there, what fits there, you know, that type of thing. And then I'm like, okay. So then I went here to the decorations, and I went through every single decoration, and I'm like, okay, what'll fit here, what'll fit there, da 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 da. I haven't put people in yet. That's gonna be last, but I'm like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Went through every little thing, every little option available to me. And I'm like, okay, that would work. So let's put that in. So like you'll see signs, like here you've got a transformer, and you got fire hydrant, there's signs there, there's bus stops, little signs, a special clock, you know, parking sign with people parking. And I would just go through, you know, fire hydrant, and there's other little things you probably can't see unless I point them out. We got the street lamps, right? And then there's like transformers I have on the buildings. Oh, dumpsters in there. Little sign there. Then, you know, barrels back here. Look at the power line, special transformers. There's little things. So I went through, and there's a thing there. Look at, see, then we got a cow on the track. We got this traffic signals, train traffic signals, see, all over the place. We got the signs ending there for like a stopper. So what I did is fences, right? Special fences. So I went through another transformer, and I found all the little things. I'm like, okay, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work. And I just went through every single object available. Look at the different fence types. We have a little coyote or wolf meeting there, benches. I just went through every single little object, slowly took my time, and I just stuck it in. And then that's how I completed that section. So the only sections I have really complete is the industry over to the trees here in the middle with the water towers. This is not done. So this, I'm still in the process of going through every single building and deciding how to lay out the buildings for the downtown area. Then I'll go through again and look through every single object, and I'll put transformers on the buildings. I'll put power lights, street lights, stop signs, whatever. I'll go with cars. I'll go through and put, you know, anything that fits from the object list. I got streetlights there. I started practicing with a few things. But I just wanted to go through and not miss anything, right? So I'm just slowly taking my time with each section, and then I'll go over here to all the mid-rise buildings, and then I'll go through all the details there and every single object. So I'm going section by section. So the only section that's done is the industry or the factories. Then I'll do downtown next, and then I'll either work on the suburbs or I'll work on urban and then downtown. I don't know. We'll see. But if you're wondering how I'm doing things, it's the same way I did the exhibition videos, right? Like the ground here's paint stuff, and then trees are with the foliage and everything. That's how you do all that. And then that's how I'm working on it. Anything else I can say before we do a little bit of work together here? Oh yeah, painting. I want to spend a lot of time painting buildings. For example, when I do my houses, I want them to be all similar, like a boring development, but I want them different colors. So I'll take a house, see how it fits, and then see how I can fit others and then paint them. That's my plan. The painting table is behind me here. It's over there in the corner. But anyway, so those are my ideas. Looks like I'm still working on roads. Yeah, I didn't quite finish the roads yet because I'm not sure how I want them to work. It's going to be dependent on buildings. So other than the track layout being complete, which some things might change, but I'm building everything as I go, right? I'm not doing all the track, then the roads, then the buildings. I'm just building it all up as I go. I just needed to complete the track to make sure I got in the things that I wanted. Otherwise, you know, I'd be building that up too. So let's do a little bit of building today. Just a little bit. This is gonna stay a relatively short video. My famous last words. So let's work on this area. Let's get some more buildings, and I could squeeze some buildings in here. When I first looked at it, I thought to make that like a big parking lot. No, we are gonna make that a big parking lot. Let's actually do that right now before I forget. That's my plan. So let's do pavement if I can go the right direction, or it could be dirt. It could be a dirt parking lot. Let's start with pavement, and let's see. Maybe we'll make it dirt also. Let's see. Let's go like, that's not very straight. There might be a way to make straight lines. I haven't found a way, like holding shift or something. We can go like this. There we go. Maybe we will keep it pavement now that I already started. Let's just be careful not to go beyond my line there. You can undo things. Control Z or whatever. There we go. That'll work for a parking lot, right? So then what we can do is I'm going to go out of order a little bit just to show you. There are the parking things. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, let's use this one. Let's use that curb. Normally I use the yellow curb, but let's use that curb. And then we can go in here and we can actually make it, yeah, right up against the thing, right? And then if you hit, is it H, you hit it, you can get more of them. Yeah, there you go. You hit H and get more of them. So if you do this right, you can have a solid curve because they let you overlap some of these objects. See? You can overlap them so that it looks continuous. Oops, that one is not right. Whoa. Dang, how do I make that smaller? Decrease size left. There we go. Okay, let's do H again. Not H, please. Thank you. So that one I had missed because it was a little high. Sometimes I wish you could zoom in even more. I can kind of see the thing on that one, the seam. But that's fine. Anyway, I wish you could zoom in a little more sometimes, get ultra precise. But anyway, I'm just going to keep going with my curve and I'll be right back. Then of course you can turn these slightly if you want to. Then I'll fill in with, oh, maybe you can't on this one. Can I turn it slightly? Yeah, I can turn it slightly on this one. And then I can come back with my pavement and fill it in. I'm going to have to do some grass because I got a little bit too far. with the pavement for what I'm doing. There we go. And we'll just keep going. And keep going. And I'm going to be able to get one more in there. I'm not. So let's slowly turn it until I get it the way I want. There we go. There we go. So now I just have to clean up the painting a little bit here. So if I go to, what is that? That one is dry soil, but I don't want it very strong or very big. That's not dry soil. It's forested soil. There we go. Whoop, too much. Undo, Control Z. Let's just, whoop, still too much. Let's just be very careful here and clean it up just a little. Got a little bit closer to the pavement, but I don't ever notice. There we go. Now let's go back to pavement. Make it strong so it's solid. We'll just kind of come in here like this. There we go. We need a little bit more here. What am I doing? Let's turn it around here. Oh, come on. What am I doing? I'm on the wrong keys. And I'll just clean this up a little bit without going over the edge. There we go. Fantastic. So now we have a parking lot. See? So we can put cars in there eventually. What we could do is put in more of these things. But we would, do something fun like put one in there and then make it slightly off kilter because maybe someone hit it, right? And then, oops, get it back to straight and put in some more. Maybe that one got hit a little bit. Maybe that one got hit too. Things like that. Don't put one in front of the door. You get the idea, right? Then we'll put cars there and then we can, fill in with cars another way, that type of thing. Yeah, that looks really nice like that. And then this will just be something over here. I don't know, a tiny park, tree, something. Who knows? I'll worry about that when I get to the suburb part. So let's see here. This is going to be a parking lot too. This is for the train station and everything. This will also be a parking lot, which I'm not going to do on camera because we just did. Green spaces, I'll figure out how I want to tweak that with the paint and foliage as I go along after fine detail. So another way to describe what I'm doing is I'm doing the big stuff first and then drilling down into small detail, which I'm not going to do over here until I've done the entire downtown section, which is going to go out to the track. Maybe it'll spill over beyond the track. That'd be kind of cool because then the track will go within buildings. Haven't decided yet. But anyway, so small buildings on that side because that's the old part of town. New buildings and bigger buildings here. So let's go to buildings and let's see what we can mess with. Old tenement house, that would probably be something that goes over here, right? Yeah, let me just throw that in there just to remind myself. Otherwise, I don't know where I left off. Oh, school. I was going to do a school, but I think I'm going to put the school over here in the big suburbs, I think. So let's not do school stuff yet. Let's focus on downtown things, like small barber shop right there, for example. I did all that stuff. Mixed-use tenement house actually put there. What is this? Bicycle shop. I think I used that somewhere in here already, didn't I? Yeah, right there. See, I already did those things. So let's keep going down. I just need to find something I haven't used yet. Corner store I don't think I've used, or have I? I thought I used a corner. Yeah, right there. See, I already used that too. So there's a mall. I was thinking about putting a mall like over here, perhaps, depending on what I want to do with the water. So these mall pieces, you build something big out of them. For example, with this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that you make one big building out of. This is the big train station. So the mall is the same way. You take all these pieces and you fit them together to make a huge mall out of it. Let's see, motel. I wanted to do a motel. Not sure where I'll put it. But anyway, alright, let me keep finding stuff here. Of course, I'll be doing farmers market stuff eventually. Not sure I'll put the farmers market. In fact, I might just end up putting the farmers market here. Put some buildings on the sides and having the farmers market in the middle. Actually, that's a really good idea. And I can use some town walls to do it too. I mean, I'll use old town walls over here. Let me put these down to remind myself to do something weird with town there. And remind myself to do farmers market stuff here. Anyway, I guess that's pretty much it for like the most substantial buildings in terms of the big buildings. You got a bowling alley, a cinema, and a corner thing. And then you've got all the medium-sized buildings like the diners and things, and then you got the tiny old buildings mixed in. I thought there were going to be more buildings like that, so there aren't. So I think what I need to do is start reusing things but disguise them so you don't really know what they are. So for example, if I do H, do I have color options? I don't. So I can paint this. So what is, I don't even know what this is. This is the mixed use tenement house, I think. So let's get out of here. Let's go over to the paint station here, and we'll search for the mixed use tenement house. There we go. And then we can rotate it. I think, how do you rotate slowly? Weird. Like this. Okay. And now we can paint it. So let's see here. Let's see, what are we painting? What is that changing? Oh, those are the windows. Okay, so let's make the windows a little brighter. Now this is the building itself. We can go a little darker or grayer perhaps. What's this? These are around the windows. This is the trim. We can do some dark trim. These are the pillars. We can go dark on the pillars. This is, I don't see what's changing. Oh, the little sign, that's all that was. And this is the roof, yeah. So let's go, no, we're not going to go blue. Let's go like that. And let's exit, right? So now when we go here, we have two variants, the one we made and the original. So we come back here to our table, and we click on H. Actually, we have it right here. Let's see. Let's rotate it, of course, and then hit Z. So now we have a different version of it. Then we can just put it wherever we see fit. I can even make another version still. Am I going up to all the way up? I'm not going all the way up. Over there, they're all the way up, but these are back a little bit. Let's go as close as we can to the sides. We put something in there, and let's go like this. So boom. So there you go. So now we have the same thing, but it's very different looking. And I can go through, and except we have green. Oh, because that's the same as the sign. Whatever. We have a green stairway. Anyway, so that's the stuff you can do to disguise things. So yeah, I need to go through and come up with some buildings that are similar yet different, and then a farmer's market and things. And then anyway, so that's the end of the video because it's been, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I wanted it to be quicker than that. I just want to show you my progress and how I was going about it and what I've been doing for it and things like that. I'm not going to necessarily have tons of build videos just because that can get boring, and I've already done like 10 build videos of this game. So that's it. There's my progress on my sandbox build. I'm going to keep working and having fun, and I'll give you an update very soon. Make sure you subscribe, the notifications turned on so you know that happens, and hit the like button so people watching this game in the future know we exist, and the algorithm will send it to them. Other than that, I'll see you then.